pain.
Waking up starving, forcing myself to eat, barfing it back up. It's like, just imagine trying to eat your 3 meals a day and just concentrating and just crying at times, just like, I'm in pain all the time.
Baby doll gone bad, prom queen meets Night of the Living Dead, and the primary one, grieving widow.
I wish I was like you.
Driving was about, I have a daughter, and it makes me just want to just flip them the bird. It makes me angry.
That people want to see you finished because it ends.
Yeah, there's a part of me that has like amazing, huge guilt, and another part of me that's like, forget it. I'm going to be 95. So I'm torn between the two places.
Courtney, your childhood reads like, there are times on stage when you simulate your husband's death. To some people, that's really terrible taste. Why do you do it?
What do? Do I ignore it? Do I acknowledge it? Is there a middle ground? What can I do? Do I sit here and, play Betty Crocker and pretend that I don't write music and die?
So this was your way of what? Paying tribute to him by doing that on stage?
It's more catharsis for you. It's catharsis. And there's not a thing I could or would take back because it was for me, not for them. And yet they get something out of it. I'm not a clown. I would never dishonor my husband, and I don't think I have.
To otherwise.
It isn't a specific stomach ailment. It doesn't have a name or anything. It had been building up for so many years that I was, suicidal. I just didn't want to live. So I just thought, if I'm going to die, if I'm going to kill myself, I should take some drugs, May as well become a junkie because I felt like
after drinking champagne on top of a prescription painkiller called Rohypnol. Here's the story.
Cobain fell ill at Rome's exclusive Excelsior Hotel, where he'd gone along with his wife Courtney Love and their baby daughter Frances Bean to recuperate from the sickness that had already forced Nirvana.
You blame yourself? I know that there are fans of his who blame you.
I do.
What could you have done different? And what do you blame yourself for?
About 8,000 things. About 8,000 million things.
Could you have stopped it?
Yes.
Could you have stopped it permanently?
No, but I could have been diligent. Hold on, please.
Let's talk about something else, okay? Let's talk about
finish it.
Okay.
Damn it, finish it.
All right.
So I want to know.
Why do you think your husband killed himself?
He was ganged up upon.
Courtney, do you really feel that?
I don't know.
You feel his death is your fault?
In this instance, yes.
Because?
Because I didn't need to call for an intervention. I shouldn't have called for an intervention. I just panicked.
Because you tried to get him off drugs, and because he was not able to get off drugs, even though you were trying to do the right thing, it's your fault.
He thought it was a waste of space. Yes, I told him he had dropped the baby. And I was mean about it. I wasn't really mean, but I wasn't nice about it. We were really polite to each other, generally, and I told him on the phone, I'm like, you dropped the baby the other day when he was in rehab. You dropped the baby. He was like, what? I'm like, you dropped the baby. You dropped Frances on her head. She was wearing a big hooded coat. He did not hurt her. And I did not need to tell him that.
And you think that's why he did it? Because
I think that's a major reason. I do. I think that's a major reason. All right. And also, he felt like a waste of space and a sellout, and he'd made everything too huge, and it was his fault that everything was too huge. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, I do.
It came like a Mack truck. It was magical. It was so weird. It was surreal and magic in the air. Everybody my age remembers that period when his band got big, and then huge, and then the grown-ups knew, and then the boomers knew, And then, you know, I'm not putting you down by any means.
And then I knew someone as square as I knew.
Person to person or heart to heart, whatever. But, you know, age-wise and lifestyle-wise, we're different. And
he was a superstar.
And he was too famous.
What about your own career? Does that have real meaning to you?
I wouldn't be alive if I hadn't gone on tour.
In Courtney's garage, as she shows me some of the racks and racks of clothes that she's kept over the years, we suddenly come across some of Kurt's.
Oh, this was one of Kurt's too. This is one of Kurt's. So I'm going to put these things here and put them in storage, I guess. This is weird. Kurt killed himself in this coat. Isn't that strange? I know. I probably shouldn't even say anything about it, but I kept it, and I don't tell anybody. That way it doesn't get stolen. So now I'm going to have to put it in storage because I've shown you. But he died in this coat.
I'm not surprised you kept it, obviously.
I know. I don't know. It freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Kurt and Courtney had been married for 2 years before he committed suicide in April 1994. Frances, their daughter, was only 18 months old at the time.
I give up. I quit it. I had nothing doing.
We love our daddy. Say we love our daddy. We love our daddy. Bean, 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 bean.
I love you too.
Learned she was pregnant.
Courtney was like, "Oh my God, I think I'm pregnant," and she was so happy. And I remember thinking, "Oh no, you're gonna have a baby."
We wanted to have a baby really bad. We wanted to have a baby, social experiment, sever all ties with our families, and have this baby that was really beloved.
Fearing for the baby's health, management staged an intervention.
We had this intervention, and it was like,
Hey Victoria, sorry I missed you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Victoria and Brett, this is Kurt Cobain. Appreciate it if you called me at 883-1980. I have a lot of things to say to you. A lot of fucking things to say to you. You parasitic little fucking cunts. If anything comes out in this book, that hurts my wife, I'll fucking hurt you. I don't care if this is a recorded threat. I'm at the end of my ropes. You'll understand when you see me in person. Never been more fucking serious in my life. Come on, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. I'll give you the interview of your life. Give you the interview of my life. Everything. The dirt, the details, everything you want. I love to be fucked. I love to be blackmailed. Give you anything you want. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees. My mouth is open. You have absolutely no fucking idea what you're doing. You will find out. At this point, I don't give a flying fuck if have this recorded. I'm threatening you. I suppose I could throw out a few $1,000s to have you snuffed, but maybe I'll try it the legal way first. What does it feel like to fuck your way through interviews? Just give me a call and I'll make a deal with you. I'm begging. I find you both very attractive. So I was wondering, when we do the interview, could we have sex while we're doing the interview? Call me. If you think my band is so fucking hot, and I'm such a genius, why can't you let me be accountable for my emotional decisions? Fucking sexless cunt. Well, Britt, it's time to tell the press about the restraining order and the ton of sexually graphic letters and phone calls you poisoned me with over the last 2 years. And, who tapped my aunt's phone? You're not writing about my band. You're writing about how jealous you are of my wife. Her talent is far more relevant and important to the world than the bullshit that you insane cunts are doing. You and Lynn Hirschberg. You and Lynn Hirschberg. So you're a little baby version of Lynn Hirschberg. Wonderful. Am I still on? So, Brett, I heard you caught something from Steve. Still going, alright, I'm not being cut off this time. Keep the tape rolling. At this point, you're probably aware that I don't give a flying fuck if you have this on tape and you can use it in a court of law. Like I said before, I'll try it legal first. I'll try talking to you. I'd like to get together and maybe cut a deal. And if you're not willing to do that, then gonna have to go to the press. Hey, you'll sell lots of books though. Make a big name for yourself. So I'll be up in Seattle real soon. And if you want to give me a call, you have the number. It's on your precious tape.
Photograph.
Lynn Hirschberg's now infamous Vanity Fair article hit newsstands in August. It was a public relations disaster, portraying the couple as addicts and unfit parents. Most damaging of all was a quote that had Courtney admitting that she did heroin during her pregnancy.
She tore my world apart, tore Kurt's world apart. It was horrible what she did. Horrible.
The tabloids immediately pounced on the story, claiming the baby would be born addicted to heroin, or worse. To this day, Courtney insists that she stopped using heroin as soon as she discovered she was pregnant.
She never denied to some degree.
She and her daughter live, believe it or not, a quiet life near Seattle's Lake Washington. Frances Bean Cobain is now 4 and the spitting image of her father.
Twinkle, little star.
In the house Courtney and Kurt once shared, there is the sense that she is living with a ghost.
You want to make up a song?
Kurt's chaotic art is everywhere.
Do you want to wear one of your pretty necklaces?
His baby picture. His ashes. Even some of his hair, kept in a Buddhist shrine in the living room. I want to ask you a question I ask a lot. But the focus these days is on Courtney, who is now trying to project yet another image, that of survivor. What's the biggest misconception about you?
That I'm not educated, and that I'm not clean, and that I'm not...
Clean, being clean in person, or clean on drugs, off drugs?
Well, both.
Mm-hmm. You are on nothing?
No.
You are on nothing today?
No.
No heroin?
My God.
Well, I'm going to ask you all the questions that people think. No more heroin?
No.
Finished?
No.
Prozac?
No. Stop.
Prescription drugs?
Didn't work. The Prozac didn't work.
Are you a good mother?
Yes. I'm an excellent mother.
Ever do drugs in front of your child?
My God. What a question. No.
But Courtney, you know these are the things that people say. Some people feel that you, in a way, have a death wish, and that you are going to end up dying.
I think that's what the stage diving was about. I have a daughter, and it makes me just want to just flip them the bird. It makes me angry.
That people want to see you finished because it ends.
Yeah, there's a part of me that has like amazing, huge guilt, and another part of me that's like, forget it. I'm going to be 95. So I'm torn between the two places.
Courtney, your childhood reads like some kind of a novel that people wouldn't believe. What was your childhood like?
I don't know my biological father.
You don't know him personally, you mean?
Not really. I mean, I've had interactions with him. More like altercations with him. He had custody taken away from him when I was 3.
Why? Your father...
9 or 70.
Your father was not allowed to see you unsupervised until you were an adult, weren't you?
He wasn't allowed to see me at all, ever.
And at 15, at least from what I read, you began to travel around and earn money as a stripper.
Mm-hmm. I did once. And then I have stripped erratically over the years, yes. But at 15, I went to Japan. And I remember I called my mother from Japan, and I'm like, I'm in Japan, and I'm stripping, and she didn't believe me. And
it's hard to believe. How'd you get to Japan at 15 to start stripping?
I had to give up my passport in order for me to get back. After I realized what was really going on, I turned myself in for deportation.
Your mother is this intelligent woman, a therapist today, who simply wasn't there for you. Yes? No?
Yes, I was the first child, and also I was the child of a man that repulsed her.
Did you feel abandoned?
Yeah.
To say the least?
Yeah. But a lot of people get very into... I mean, the name of my band arises from a conversation that I had with my mother. It's not... People always think it's obscene, and I guess it has that entendre, and as a poet, as somebody who always wanted to be a poet, and there's no money in it, I've always been looking for the quadruple entendre, the bard, what Shakespeare could do. And my mother said to me, now, Courtney, you just can't walk around with a hole in yourself because you had a bad childhood. And I remember thinking, what a brilliant name, Hole.
And 6 years ago, on April 7th, my husband, Kurt Cobain, shot himself to death. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary emotion. 3 children will shoot themselves in this country before the sun goes down. In a moment of desperation and chaos, life is ended because a gun was handy and near and probably unregistered. There are those who say, oh, please have a gun for protection, but I know better. Ask a child like my little girl, Frances, who will never have her father. Hold her hand as she walks to school or teach her to play guitar. Ask her if it's good protection. I tried to explain to my child that her father is dead and that hundreds of other children's fathers are dead because we have no way of protecting depressed people from their darkest moments. Because we have nihilistic, barbaric gun laws in this country. And that's why I'm here. If we register guns, if we license gun owners, if we check for criminal records and for mental illness, then we will make it harder for people to buy guns, and then we will save countless lives. I miss my friend. My daughter misses her father. An acquaintance of my husband's with a long criminal record and a record of mental illness walked into a pawn shop. It took him about 5 minutes to purchase a shotgun. He handed it to Kurt on April 6th, and on April 7th he was found dead. That's how easy it is. Thank you.
This was the most devastating thing she ever dealt with in her life.
I read it and the earth changed. And his earth changed. And a lot of things killed him, but that killed him too.
Oh, have you been there?
No, never been. It's supposed to be their summertime too, so.
Oh, hey. Well, take care. I want to get in his luggage. Do your turn right. Hey, Kurt, say hi. Hi. We're doing a video, man. I can't see through.
I'd like all of you people in this room to know that Courtney Love, the lead singer of the sensational pop group Hole, is the best fuck in the world.
What do you know?
Play court, play, no.
The goal is not to be on radio. The goal is to make a really good record. Raw Power was never on the radio. Flipper's first record was never on the radio. The Minutemen's second record was never on the radio. So, hit singles is obviously, a band like us is not on our agenda. Really great to have found someone that does backup vocals. Thank God. And then Patty's willing to do them so we could have like 3-part harmony. Yeah, like the Beach Boys. Yeah. There's not a concept. It's just about, truth and soul and ethics and integrity
Courtney's also wife of Kurt Cobain and mother of their baby girl, Frances Bean.
Oh, that was when he used to be cute before he cut off all his hair. Oh, look there. Look, he looks like he's on drugs. We just had her come over to England. We thought it'd be more... It's all right here. We got a couch. But before, when we came in, there were just like these stiff chairs. I was like, where's... I don't really know what to say. I feel the same way you guys do.
This was the message Courtney Love recorded for thousands of mourners gathered in Seattle Sunday to pay tribute to her husband, Kurt Cobain.
When he played guitar and sang, I feel so honored to be near him.
Eric Harder was one of the many people deeply affected by Cobain's suicide. Eric met Cobain in 1988, when the singer-songwriter was first putting together the band that would ultimately become Nirvana.
I was introduced to Kurt Cobain and Chris Novoselic and Dale Krober, who were at that time billed as Ted Ed Fred. We had a fantastic, quick introduction, and then just the next day we were off running up to the Tacoma World Theater to put on this big show. And
Eric Harder managed an electronics store in Cobain's hometown of Aberdeen, Washington. Cobain asked him to videotape one of their first songs, Paper Cut, after hours in the store.
We had a camcorder set on a table. Our only special effects were the lights and so forth that were already in the store. I remember at one point we were blowing cigarette smoke across the camcorder to provide the heavy metal smoke effect.
This is the never-before-seen video that Eric recorded. Even then, Cobain's unique rebellious sound was emerging. He was 21 years old and had no idea of what the future held for him and the members of his band. Paper Cut was later released on Nirvana's first album, Bleach, on a small independent Seattle record label. When Harder heard of Cobain's death and saw the pictures of Kurt and Courtney's 2-year-old daughter, Frances Bean, Eric was moved to find the video and offer it to the mourning widow. Was a very troubled young man, battling drug addiction and depression. His suicide last week was preceded by an unsuccessful attempt at taking his life while he and Courtney were in Rome in March.
My best conclusion would be that it was something that he had to do. If he had no means of letting this out, if he had no means of expressing himself, I think he would just explode. I mean, to keep it all in all the time, that's that heavy emotion, that's almost impossible.
It was late Monday night when Harder encountered Courtney Love walking with a friend outside the house where Cobain shot himself. Her grief was evident in her quivering lip.
It's a letter just explaining why I'd like to give you the tape. I have kids, and as a father, I think it'd be really cool if my kids could have something like this tape shows.
What is it?
It's just us clowning around, making a video back before everything happened.
Is his neck all red?
No,
Where's
it's
it at?
earlier than that. It's down in Aberdeen.
Were you in the band? Were you one of the 80,000 drummers?
No, it's just a friend, and we cleared all the stuff off my Radio Shack store, and did a video. It was really cool. It was right after they got out of the studio to record their first tape.
Well, all right, sweet.
Thank you.
You can give it to one of those guys.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. It was really great.
So for Courtney and little Frances Bean, the memory of Kurt Cobain will be a little bit fuller because of the kindness of a stranger.
What it takes. Anyone fucks with her, I will fuck them.
Frances is now 13 years old. Courtney lost custody of her during some of the worst times, but they've been fully reunited since Courtney came out of rehab.
It's kind of like, I have the black one. No. It's called the Liberty print. PJs. Did you get monogrammed ones too? Tacky. They're not tacky. I was supposed to have given up smoking 6 years ago. She learned to read. But I didn't. And now she's 13 and mad as hell. The minute 2008 hits, if you haven't quit smoking, what are you going to do? Really, yes, I'll hit you with wire hairs.
Their relationship seemed strong and loving, but there were moments when Courtney spoke.
I love my sister and I love my mommy too.
This song is dedicated to my 12-day-old daughter and my wife. And there's been some pretty extreme things written about us, especially my wife, and she thinks everybody hates her now. So, this is being recorded, so why don't you give her a message and say, Courtney, we love you. Okay, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thanks.